What's up, shitheads? It's Ryan and Travis back with another episode of Dudes Talking Shit. This is episode number 8. Now, Travis, I got a question for you before the question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, this is the question first, the preliminary.
Sure.
Do you want to get controversial today, or do you want to keep it super chill and have a lot of fun and laugh and giggle and be silly?
I would love to laugh and giggle and be silly.
All right.
That's right up my alley.
Awesome. So, here's the question for you, Travis. How many 5-year-olds do you think you can take on at once?
Oh my goodness.
In a real fight, like in a fucking alley, but no weapons. No weapons or anything like that. They don't have weapons, you don't have weapons. It's just mano a cinco de mayo. What?
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say I could handle 25
at once.
100%. They're little
No,
bitches.
It's not one after another, that's what I'm saying.
They could all attack. Man, have you ever seen a 5-year-old fall down?
They cry and
they
stuff.
curl up and cry instantly. Like they're little bitches. What do you think? Why? Did your number contradict mine?
Well, it's not 25.
No?
It's 1 million. No, I'm thinking legitimately 5. Because here's the thing: what if those 5-year-olds were in taekwondo or karate or something, and they're a little smarter? What if they know how to go for the nuts?
No, they don't, man. 5-year-olds are drunk still. Do you know what I mean? You know how there's, you can do was I 5 years old or was I drunk? In things you did. It's one time I woke up in the middle of the night and pissed in the corner of my room. Was I 5 or was I drunk?
All right. One time my teacher fucked me. Was I 5-year-old or was I drunk?
So you see how this game works, though, right?
Yeah, but I didn't think 25. I thought single digits for sure.
Oh, just think. So when they're running in on you, a couple of big swings, you can pop off 2 or 3. Easy. And then you can just go around stepping on them, kicking at them, and they're going to be a little bit fearful. They're coming in, you're the bigger person. They don't have that pack mentality to think that way. But then again, you ever see the show Recess?
Yes, with TJ Dotweiler.
Yeah, that's right. But do you remember the 5-year-olds were a tribe? And they would
King Bob.
No, King Bob was the 7th grader. He was the king of the playground. But the 5th or the kindergartners, there was everybody was afraid of them because the kindergartners had a mob mentality.
Yeah. They used to paint their faces and shit.
Yes,
I do remember that.
Man.
Yeah,
and they used to take people and tie them up and hold them hostage and shit. That was a hilarious point in that show.
So you think 25? What's your strategy? 25 of them swarm you in a great big Red Rover fucking circle.
Yep. So
and they're gonna come at you.
Wide punches.
Okay.
Wide kicks. I'm talking some tie kicks are probably going to be the most effective. Because I think at the end of the day, the goal is to clap 3 or 4 of them at once.
And assume the rest get fearful and say, woo, fuck this guy.
Yeah, you need to create problems right away. If you got to kill one. Stomp on their head. You want brain matter.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think that would be the most effective way, don't you think? Rule by fear.
So I had the same way, but I didn't think that 25, because I thought that, if they run at you at once, I have only got 4 limbs and a cock, but that's...
Yeah, well,
that's neither here nor there.
2 inches ain't going to do a lot.
To a 5-year-old, though.
We've had this discussion. Your father's cock is always the biggest one.
Yeah.
I do. Can we go back to the beginning of the podcast here for a second, just moments ago?
Sure.
Do you have me set up on a choose my own adventure today?
I sort of did.
Oh, fuck.
I definitely did. And just so you know, this would have went in an entirely different direction. You would be you'd be telling me, God damn it, we can't talk about this right now. But guess what? We would have been talking about it.
Yeah, we're dodging that shit. We just out here having a good time. I think next week I'll be ready to
Divulge?
dive back in
Okay.
to the harder topics of
All right.
life.
Because the next week will be a spicy one.
Oh,
fuck.
spicy.
So stay tuned on Dudes Talking Shit. Next week is going to be a fuck show.
Yeah, we're head out now, so this is a short.
A whopping
work.
5 minutes and 4 seconds. Lovely.
Yeah, man.
What if I step this up a minute here?
Okay.
What if those 5-year-olds aren't 5, they're 8? What if they're 8-year-olds?
Oh,
Because there's a
okay.
big jump in size and change in what they know.
Physicality, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, for sure.
Are they big 8-year-olds or are they regular 8-year-olds?
Normal everyday 8-year-olds? You can choose whether they're male, female, mixed breed. What? Like a little bit of both
What
is
are
what
they,
I'm trying to
fucking
say.
dogs?
I'm talking like 5 males, 5 females. I'm not talking like fucking, you know.
What are you just gonna be like? Oh, they're so mixed breed, like half white, half
Right.
Mexican.
No, last week was dicks with chicks. This week is just like mixed children.
Oh fuck. Yeah, dude. 8-year-olds, you know, so what are 8-year-old? That's like you're 60, 65 pounds by then.
I
Like,
have no
Getting up
knowledge of like what kids
Yeah.
weigh at certain
man,
intervals.
I would think I could still take on like 15
my
to
God.
18.
I'm like sitting here with like maybe 5 or 6 and
Dude, this is so weird. Why are our roles reversed right
no
now?
kidding. Like I don't know, it's cuz they can grab and hold. Here's my biggest fear, and this
They're not strong
but
though.
no, but here's the fear, especially by the time we've gotten to 8 now. They know to go for the nuts. Like they know that now.
Wear a cup.
No, this is a fight in an alley with no weapons.
Well, then, if it's a fight in the alley with apparently no fucking rules and no pre-planning,
Yeah.
why can't they just pick up some shit they find in the alley?
Because there's no stuff to pick up.
You are setting up a dream scenario to work
Yeah.
in your favor.
Well, I'm also not going to fucking fight 15 5-year-olds or 6 8-year-olds. So the whole thing is a dream.
But yeah, the 8-year-olds, man, I think I'm still good for 15.
Like a
100%.
solid good front kick, and you think you could maybe literally knock a kid's head back so fast he snaps his spine?
100%.
Awesome.
Every single one of those kids, you have to think, they're essentially one shot. Right?
Yeah.
You're going to hit them once.
they're on 1 HP.
Yeah, they're all fucking done. So in total, it's like fighting 15 8-year-olds is like fighting one regular man who is at 15% health and stamina.
Okay.
I guess that's kind of the way I'm looking at it.
But what if they are organized? Like they've all been in the same fucking Mr. Miyagi karate class or something like that.
Now you got problems.
They're not that skilled. They're still at the end of the day, they're still like yellow or orange belt in karate. Like they're nothing special. Like they can fucking
But do you think they're coordinating to the level that it's like, okay, so say
like
there's
Foot Clan. Like the fucking Foot Clan and Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, but say there's 15 of them, right?
Okay.
So they're divided up into squadrons of 5.
Sure.
And it's like Squadron A, okay, your only job, Squadron A, is the legs. And it'd be like, all right, Squadron B, your only job is the torso and head. Squadron C, nut shots. All we need out of you is nut shots.
Yeah. I think that they're also at that age with video games and everything, they're probably smart enough to be able to coordinate that.
Yeah,
Especially if
that
they
would
are
be a
mildly
problem.
trained.
That would be a problem.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I
so
wouldn't be able to
those
fight
kids,
that
how many
many.
of those kids that are in the
5.
gymnasiums at fucking
5.
6 o'clock p.m.?
I could take on one squadron.
One squadron of 5?
5.
That's kind of where I'm thinking too. Like I'm thinking I can literally handle one per limb
Yeah.
and then just fucking grit my teeth through the nut shots.
Yeah, that's going to be the worst.
That's my
Those
my
kids
only
are
fear.
sinking nut shots, man. Oh, dude, that was like, so the other day, like, just to explain how I've had a nut shot incident recently.
Oh, sick.
So I was like lying in bed and I was on my side and one of my dogs hopped up in the bed and my nuts were kind of like off my leg, like on the bed.
Yeah.
And man, fucking hind leg, like,
Oh, not the hind leg. That's the one with the
stepped
bent
right
fucking
on my
elbow.
nuts, man. It
Oh.
was so fucking bad. And then like the dog, it was early in the morning. The dog's happy I'm awake. She's like so excited to see me and she's being really cute. So I'm just like trying not to be pissed at the dog, like holding my nuts. And it's just like, you fucking fuck, I'll fucking put you on the street.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's rough.
Watch out for those fucking nails they got. You could have gotten a piercing. Didn't expect it.
Yeah, man. I don't know though. I think I could do a Prince Albert pretty okay. That's
I'm
what
not
it's
talking
called,
about no
right?
Prince Albert. I'm talking what? That's the one that goes right through the head, right?
Yeah, that'd
Oh,
be
fuck
rough.
that.
Man, dude, what the fuck do people think?
That's fucked. I think Tommy Lee has something. It's not the Prince Albert, but it's one that's similar. It's going through that area.
Dude, I've heard. I think there's like, oh man, what's the piece of skin called that like connects your dick to your balls?
I don't know. It's called a fucking.
Pierce that too.
I don't know, like a fucking gullet.
Am I jumping far ahead and getting us into cock talk already?
No, that can happen whenever you fucking want.
Okay, so Johnny, I have something very cool that happened to tell you.
Oh my god, cock talk this early?
Cock talk this early.
Cock talk!
Cock talk! So, Johnny, do you remember last week's episode? We
Hardly.
we did have a discussion about what we would call vagina talk.
Clam talk, wasn't it?
Clam talk. So, I had a listener approach me. I've brought the notes.
No, you actually have notes?
Yeah, in my cell phone case.
Oh my god, it's written on a post-it note in the back of a cell phone case.
So this lovely lady is a loyal listener. She listens to every episode. She listens to all the MMA episodes. She truly enjoys the podcast. I would say, without a doubt, this lady is our number one fan.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I'm going to give her a shout out. Anita, we see you. Thank you
Hello, Anita.
for being a loyal listener, and we greatly
Remember, did you ever watch the movie Grease?
Grease? Oh, yeah. I can't open this.
That's not even the fucking same name. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's like fucking Sandy.
No, that's not who I was talking about. I was talking about fucking Kaneki on the bleachers at the beginning of Grease when when they were going on like, tell me more, like did that whore have a car or whatever, you know? There's going on about something. It's like, were her jugs bigger than a net? That's the fucking name. The one little putz guy goes, he's like, were her jugs bigger than a net? And then fucking Kaneki, the dude's like, nobody's jugs are bigger than a net. And for some reason, I got a net and Anita mixed up just here.
Oh, no, definitely not the same names.
Well,
but that
fuck me,
is a
right?
scene I do not remember
No?
in Grease.
It's like the first big musical song that happens, like after like the intro.
Oh, I do remember the song. I don't remember that part.
Summer lovin' had me a blast.
Oh, dude, of course I
it's
remember
that
the
song.
song.
That's the one.
God damn, John Travolta is a fucking legend.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about Olivia Newton-John. I don't know about what you like and what kind of chins you're into, but I'm into blonde chicks that are named Olivia Newton-John. Right?
Travolta was the fucking man.
Yeah, okay. Keep going with that.
So,
anyway, moving along.
She wanted to make some suggestions because she didn't like clam talk.
All right.
So she wanted to give us some new ideas.
We have options.
And see what we think.
Okay.
So the first one, and I think unfortunately I'm going to lead with your favorite immediately.
Uh-oh.
Taco talk.
Oh, fuck. Taco Tuesday, buddy. That's the second best part about Tuesdays, other than a new episode of Dudes Talking Shit, is fucking tacos.
Taco Tuesday. Oh, man. I think Antojo's has like really good fucking Taco Tuesdays now. Like $4.
Really?
For two
have you ever had their fish tacos?
I have. Yes, I
With
have.
the
I had
the
their
black batter?
fish.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, so fucking
Oh,
good.
fuck. Give me a half hard on now.
Yeah, maybe Tuesday. Okay, so the next one is labia language.
Ooh, that one's actually fucking gnarly.
I know, man. They're so good. And then the next one, clit chat.
Oh, okay. What about clitoris conversation?
Oh my god. Clitoris conversation.
Clitoris for us.
Dude, I feel like we're in an episode of Sex with Sue.
Who the fuck? Oh, the Sunday Night Sex Ho. Dude, do you know how I learned about 69?
From Sue?
It was her. She was the one with her little
God.
dolls. She showed her dolls off to some guy named Jeff in Hamilton. Like,
Dude, do you remember seeing that show when you were a kid? And she'd be there going with like the fucking dildos.
I don't know why it was so hot. I don't know why.
Oh, dude.
I had the volume down low so my mom wouldn't hear me watching it in my bedroom, and I'm watching some old lady with a fucking TV behind her.
And it was like a set fucking straight out of the 80s.
It was so greasy.
Yeah, and it's just like this 70-year-old lady fucking wiggling dildos around. And we already know how funny I find dildos.
I think the most fucked up part is that she was that age and was so into that. Because you got to think, through her fucking experimental years, that was probably like I don't. When did a dildo get invented? Can you look that up? You got your phone in your hand real quick.
Yeah.
When did the first fucking vibrator dildo come along?
First dildo.
Yeah, what year would that have been? It couldn't have been before the 80s.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
Like, I mean, they stuck shit in there, but it
dude.
wasn't like a dick-shaped dick.
Okay, hold on.
What?
Society and culture.
Society?
Oh my god. So the first, holy shit, the first dildos were made of stone,
O
tar,
M
wood,
G.
ivory,
Ivory.
limestone, and here's where we get nasty, bone and teeth.
Sick. That's the same shit that like needles were made out of back then.
That's so fucked up. I never would have thought about that.
But wait, hold on. What year was it?
What year? I'm trying to find it right now. Rubber dildos, usually incorporating a steel spring for stiffness, became available in the 1940s. The 40s. So I guess that would be the original like dildo as we know
Dude,
it
and
today.
you know why? Because
Why?
the world was at war and women needed to get pleasure.
Oh, bro, that would make total sense.
Holy shit. I just, like, that's a revelation I just came up with right now in my head.
Man.
And I bet I'm right.
Do you know what's so scary?
Fucking
though?
right, man.
Oh, I 100% feel. So the first recorded like instance of a dildo being mentioned is 1593.
What?
Yeah.
So, would that have been in Cuba? Do you know how many countries there are on the planet and how many I could have just randomly said? But Cuba is the one I think that
Oh
was
my
the
god,
one that
no,
did
I'm
it.
way off. So first dildos, I said that about what they were made of. Scientists believe that a 20 centimeter silestone phallus from the upper Paleolithic period, 30,000 years ago.
No,
would have
nobody
been
knows that.
The first thing that they were using for self pleasure. I wish people could see the action I'm doing right now.
Yeah, he's basically jerking himself off.
Except like a dildo.
Yeah.
And then there's like goes back to Egyptians, and there's paintings and stuff in it. Various paintings from ancient Egyptian or ancient Egyptian. I'm fucking.
Same thing,
That was retarded.
isn't it?
Various paintings from ancient Egypt around 3000 BCE feature dildos being used in a variety of ways. Ooh. Okay, so she did have two others I just want to throw out to you.
Yeah. So where do we leave off? Like,
So
cunt
clit chat.
talk or something?
Contact is so aggressive.
Yeah, but it's an aggressive segment.
Why does it need to be aggressive? We're having a very nice talk about the history of the dildo. Yeah. So uterus, what?
Oh my god, that's great.
And then finally, I will end off on what I believe was her best idea.
Okay, here comes the winner.
The fucking winner, in my eyes, was queef questions.
Oh my god! I think
you
that might be
imagine
the fucking winner.
That's Baby Robbie Lawler. Just an entire segment on questions about queefs. I don't think we can get away with it though, because I feel like you'd run out really quick. Oh my god! Do you know what else would be a fun thing? Like, if we could find instances of famous queefs.
Like, on how?
I don't know. That'd be very difficult to find. I guess.
You know who I really want to hear queef?
Who?
The Queen. Because that's the queen of queefs.
That would
That's
be
it.
the queen of
That
queefs.
would be the ultimate queef.
Dude, man, I think it was fucking. I can't remember what fucking movie it is, but he's like Queen Laquifa.
You know what? That sounds familiar. Like I've heard that before.
I think
but
it's
it's a
that-
movie, so I probably never saw it.
The Harold and Kumar Christmas movie is what it
Absolutely
is,
never
I'm
saw
pretty
it.
sure. Yeah, dude, that's such a great movie. Yeah, I guess you're not really a stoner. That wouldn't be your thing.
No, I do. Did you know, actually, Harold and Kumar, talking about White Castle here.
Yeah.
We're sort of not, but we are. Did you know that was the first fucking fast food restaurant?
Yes.
Yep.
Dude, where did you see that? Out of curiosity.
I think it might have been on some stupid Netflix series called The History of Us or The History World, History 101.
Dude.
History 101, that's what it's called.
Yes. Okay, so just previous to us sitting down and started recording this conversation, you talked about that you wanted to cancel your Netflix subscription because quarantine is over. And you
Yeah,
don't
fuck
need
Netflix. I have no interest
It
in it.
seems like you're enjoying Netflix and you're learning.
I enjoyed it when there was nothing else to do. Now that I've got a life and I've got like fucking other responsibilities, like putting on underwear and shit and fucking socks, I don't want to really watch Netflix anymore. Nice. That's my favorite sound on the planet, by the way.
Oh,
And I just got to hear it in my headphones. It's sick. I'm so
Sounds
pumped.
great. Dude, there's so many good things on Netflix. Like, I don't understand why you have such a bad aversion to it.
It's nothing necessarily against Netflix. It's just I don't watch things.
Maybe you'll get
like
back
I
from the
watch
winter.
sports. That's what I
Yeah.
watch, and that's not me trying to sound like fucking super macho or whatever.
But what if sports don't come? Actually, I bet it's all going to be back, I'd imagine.
Yeah, oh, it will be, but
Just
like,
no audience.
but right now, for my whole life, like I watch sports. That's all I watch.
Yeah.
I don't watch anything else. I mean, I watch wrestling. That's considered a sport, but it's not. But like, that's all I watch.
Yeah.
I don't watch anything else. Like Trailer Park Boys, which
Yeah.
is I don't even know if they make shit anymore since Leahy's dead. But
On
like,
Netflix.
yeah, I'll watch that. Sure, I don't mind watching fucking Trailer Park Boys and Seinfeld. Like that's all I watch. I watch nothing other than
You did
sports.
have a big CSI kick there for a while.
Yeah, and I have like so many episodes fucking recorded now that I realize it's like such a daunting task to ever get through them that I'm like I walked
gave
away.
up.
I got scared. It's like going on a fucking first date with a really hot chick. It's like, you know what? I kind of don't want to I won't be able to perform. I'm used to fucking ugly mutts. You know? I don't want to know what to do here.
Dude, that is such an intimidating thing. Like, you know, in adulthood, the first time you go on, actually, God, even when you're in high school, going on a date with a really attractive girl or like a popular girl it's fucking overwhelming. You're like, okay, gotta make a good impression, gotta be fucking cool. Like, what do I do? Pick her up in my piece of shit Honda Civic. Like, yeah, I get it, man. It's that's a great analogy. It's an overwhelming task.
Yeah, exactly. What was the task?
Dating a hot chick.
But what did I compare it to?
You compared it to fucking watching all those episodes.
Oh,
of
that's
CSI
right. Yeah,
recorded.
fuck CSI now.
Johnny is like 6 beer deep already. He's gonna forget everything.
No, I'm not. But so, do you want to do the cock talk story?
Oh yeah, cock talk.
Cock talk.
Cock talk.
I never made a jingle, by the way, but I have one in my head that I really think is cool.
Yeah, I don't think they know that we're talking about that yet.
Yeah,
so
we
let's not
did.
spoil
Dude,
it.
we said it.
We didn't say
You
it,
did.
but-
You're like, we should have like some extra music that leads into it or whatever. And this is the kind of what I have in mind. So bear with me and
Sing it.
my voice. Or whatever.
Oh,
Something like
nice.
that.
Wait, can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Instead of it'd be
Oh, dude. Like the rooster's getting fucked.
like, why? No, man. They just make that noise in the
Do they?
morning.
How do you know?
You've never watched a fucking movie with a
I thought they went.
rooster?
"Ow, ow, 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 ow."
Dude, I thought you were making a dog noise.
I tried not to.
Dude,
I tried
are
to
you
make a
trying to
rooster-
make a rooster noise?
Yes.
It
Yes, I
sounded
did.
like a fucking dog.
No, I know
howling.
the difference. In my ears, it sounds like a rooster. That's all.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
So this tale is a true story that happened in 2015, 16 at the most.
Okay.
And this is how I got a Puma tracksuit.
Puma tracksuit.
Puma, like the clothing.
Oh, not with a B, you fucking idiot.
No, fuck. Yeah, fuck you. So anyway, I got a Puma tracksuit one time.
Okay.
And I didn't pay for it. So this is somewhat of a dude, where's my car similar story. Just like Jesse and Chester in that movie, they got those Adidas tracksuits. Beer's so good. Yeah, it's good beer. I like beer in general. So I was swiping on Tinder. This was probably about 2014 maybe, because Tinder was
Okay.
fairly new at the time.
Yep.
I matched with some chick, and I remember being on I was at a house party. Well, we call it a party, but there was probably 6 fucking people there.
Sure.
I think we were watching UFC in
A
general.
small gathering.
Yeah. And I thought it was going to be more of a lit night than it was. I didn't realize it was a watching UFC night. I didn't actually realize there was fights on. It was like a free fight night.
Sure.
Nice. That one went right through my nose. So anyway, I had a few pre-drinks. And I popped a couple mollies. Not gonna deny that.
Feeling
And I was fucking
loose.
sweating. Pop a molly, now you're sweating. You know.
Yeah.
I was fucking I was lit by the time the night got going. And I have no idea what time this story started.
Okay.
But I do, and this is my last memory of the night. But there's more that happens. That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
So I remember matching with some girl named Kayla
Kayla. Okay.
on Tinder.
Yeah.
And I remember messaging her about hanging out that night.
Quick question: did she spell it with a Y or an I? This is important.
No, it was a Y.
Okay.
K-A-Y-L-A.
Okay.
That's all I
She's a
remember from
sensible
her.
human being.
Yeah, I remember what she looked like in their pictures.
Sure.
I remember her first name. I never knew her last name or anything like that, but we ended up exchanging numbers. We texted a few times. Like this was through like just a couple of hour period.
Okay.
And eventually, I remember telling her to come to the place that I was at.
Sure.
I remember that.
Reasonable request.
Right, and that was my last memory of the night. Boom, black, empty, nothing else from my evening. I still don't know what time of night this was. For all I know, it was 9:30.
Yeah.
Maybe it was midnight. I have no clue.
Okay.
But my next memory is me waking up the next morning
Yeah.
wearing a tracksuit. I'm talking, I was wearing the pants.
Yeah.
I was wearing the fucking zip up top.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know, the turtlenecky sort of zip, like a tracksuit.
I
and
hear ya.
it was zipped
Yeah, I know
all the
exactly
way
what
up.
you mean.
It was zipped all, there wasn't like that little like 3-inch gap at the top where it wasn't zipped. It was
Yeah.
zipped all the fucking way up. I woke up like
You're
that.
a goddamn Albanian gangster. I get it. I
Right.
get it.
I wake up like that. I'm like blurry as fuck, but somehow instantly sober. Like I didn't feel like there was like no hangover, no headaches, no
Yeah.
fucking, no like fuzziness. It was just like, whoa, the clarity. Like, where the fuck am I?
Sure.
I didn't recognize the lady in bed beside me.
Was it Kayla?
I think so.
Okay.
So I don't know who this person is. I don't know what room I'm in. I'm not at my house. I have no idea where I am. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, what am I wearing? Thankfully, I found my glasses.
Okay.
And then I see on the ground, right beside the bed, a pair of pants that looked like mine. I'm like, okay, so those are my fucking pants. I pick them up. Sure enough, there's a wallet in them. Doesn't seem like any money's missing. I didn't have much cash on me. Like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
No credit cards missing or anything like that. Driver's license. Everything was there. My keys were in my other pocket of my
Yeah.
car. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, did I drive here? Did she come pick me up? And I do remember saying something about, because she was sober. So I remember on the Tinder conversation,
Yeah.
something about her coming, like getting a cab to where I was, and she could drive my car home.
Dude, that is a trusting relationship
Yeah.
built over a small amount of time,
In
Johnny.
15 minutes, probably, at that point.
I'm a little bit concerned.
I know.
Continue.
So here I am. I have my pants. I don't see the clothes that I was wearing other than my pants. Okay?
Okay,
And I'm
shirt's
like,
gone.
yep, everything's gone.
Was it a nice shirt? What kind of shirt was it?
It was just a fucking t-shirt, probably like an Element or Volcom, knowing me, Hurley, something like that.
Cool.
So I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. I'm like, I'm fucking out of here. I'm trying not to wake this lady up. I
Yeah.
find my glasses. They're on well, not mine. They're on the nightstand.
Yeah.
So I put those on. I grab my pants. I go through them, find my keys in my wallet. That's all I cared about.
Yeah.
My cell phone was there too. So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. I got what I need. And then I'm like, I don't know where the fuck I am here. So I walk through this house that I've never been to in my life.
Yeah.
I find a back door. I can't find a front door.
Okay.
So I walk out like the back sliding door. I go off the deck and I walk around the house. Sure enough, my car's in their fucking driveway. And we're talking like dirt driveway, dirt road, no fucking neighbors.
Okay.
Like we're out in the fucking sticks here.
So has the young lady waking up?
No.
During this time?
I
Okay,
managed
okay.
to sneak out without any notice. So I get in my car. I start it up, music fucking blasting. I crank it down real quick in a hurry to not fucking get myself busted here. And then I'm like, I had my car in reverse and I'm like, I don't know where the fuck I am here. I have no idea. I'm like, I don't even know where I'm fucking going how to get home. How far am I right now? So I had to look up on my phone on Google Maps to like hopefully find my navigation of it saying where I am.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, if I could just see where I am, I know how to get home.
Yeah.
No big deal. Turns out I'm like a fucking 45-minute drive away from home and absolutely middle of fucking nowhere. Like next neighbor is, I don't know, at least a half kilometer away.
Yeah.
Dirt fucking road with washboard on it, you know, when you're
Yeah.
driving like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whatever. I start driving home, and then when I get to the highway, I actually know my way home from there. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm driving along, and I'm like, I'm fucking hungry as shit. Why am I so goddamn hungry? And like, I'm just trying to think of so many things. How did I get there? What's with this Puma suit that I'm still wearing with my pants like on my passenger seat at this point? I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know where I am, how I got there, nothing, no memories. And I really don't know why I'm not hungover. That's the part that's fucking freaking me out the most.
Yeah.
other than that girl that I don't know what happened. I have no idea.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm hungry. I'm driving along, and I knew there was a Dairy Queen coming up. So I'm like, fuck it. You know what? I'm going to go into Dairy Queen here. Some reason their fucking drive-thru was closed.
Sure.
So I'm like, whatever. So I park. I go in with my Puma suit, still zipped all the way up because I didn't want to look like a schmuck with like my little bit of chest hair like poking up top. So I wanted to, like, you know what I mean?
That would have completed the look, though.
Yeah, it would have looked really fucking Russian, you know?
Yeah.
Like those guys in road rage videos that would pop out of their car and they always wearing tracksuits.
Dude, they are some of the most terrifying fucking human beings on earth.
Without question. So I go in this,
Yeah.
in this Tim Hortons, in this Dairy Queen with my fucking Puma tracksuit.
Yeah.
And I decide, I'm like, all right, I'm going to grab like a burger and fries here.
Yeah.
And so I start ordering, and this random fucking girl that's not taking my order, but works there, walks up, and she's on the other side of the counter. She's like, oh, hey, Ryan, last night was a lot of fun, huh? I'm like, what? And I'm like, I'm like, yeah, like, I guess so. And she's like, I can't believe you're awake right now. I'm like, I know, I gotta go home there. And I'm just thinking like my brain is usually fairly fast at computing things, but it wasn't today. And I'm like, this is not adding up right. I'm looking at her. She had huge fucking tits. And like, if you've ever been in a Dairy Queen, you know that they wear either a polo shirt or t-shirts if there's promotions.
Yeah.
She somehow, through all of that, had a huge chunk of cleavage. And she wasn't a big girl, but she had a lot of fucking tits going on.
Yeah.
Like, there was no motorboating in that personality. But this is the part that freaked me out the most. She had a cleft lip. Like, you know that big triangle that's missing from people? Like, thank God fucking Corona happened for them because they get to wear masks in public. So, you know, it's a blessing in disguise for the cleft lip bitches and men, but mostly the bitches. And this girl did, and I'm just thinking, oh my God, she had fun with me. She knew my name last night. I don't remember anything. She has a cleft lip. I wanted to die.
Right?
She had a cleft lip. So I'm standing there. I'm waiting for my fucking like double mozzarella fucking smokehouse, whatever the hell it's called, to get ready. And I'm like, oh my God, my cock is fucking itchy as hell. So I start scratching my cock and I realize, oh my God, I don't think I'm wearing underwear. And I'm like, I never fucking checked. Like, I just got up, grabbed my pants and left. And I'm like, I'm not wearing fucking underwear. So like, I kind of turned towards like the napkins and like the ketchup pump and all that stuff. And I decided like, I can do this. So I gave my hand down my pants
Just to see
what was going on. There's definitely no underwear there. But you know what is on my cock? Stuck to it, like glued to it? A fucking condom.
No.
So I'm like freaked out, and I'm like kind of like freaked out enough that like I didn't think I'd go, fuck, I gotta go to the washroom and see what the fuck's going on here. So I just like straight pull my waistband out, look down, and see a great big fucking red condom on it. And here's the thing with red condoms, you know they're fucking always the flavored ones.
100%. So you took it out and had a lick of it, right?
No, of course not. So I look at it and I'm like, all right, this is fucked. I gave it a tug. It doesn't come off, and I feel like I'm going to rip my whole body off. So I'm like, this is fucked. All of a sudden, order 89 or whatever. So I'm like, okay, that's my food. So I get it. I get back in my car, and I'm sitting there trying to pull this fucking condom off. It came off. But anyway, I got a Puma suit out of it. I don't know what happened. I don't know who this person that was beside me was.
Yeah.
When I got home, and I'm telling my roommate at the time this whole story of like, because he's like, where the fuck did you end up going with that girl? And I was saying I don't know. I don't remember anything. And I'm going on. I decided to pull her up on fucking Tinder to see. Nothing. No fucking. Her account. The entire conversation is deleted.
She's gone.
It's gone. So like, I guess what happens if the person deletes their account, the conversation doesn't stay there.
No,
it just disappears.
Wipe away. Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, okay, I have no clue what her last name is.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about her. I can't find her on. I type in Kayla in Facebook because Facebook and Tinder are linked.
Oh, yeah.
I can't find her profile pictures anywhere. She's gone. I had a fucking condom on me that didn't look like it was used. This girl with the cleft lip knows me. Like, who the fuck has a cleft lip? but like, no, like, who the fuck? Anyway, there's a huge red flag about old Johnny or Ryan, whatever my name is here. And and anyway, that's my story about how I got a Puma tracksuit. I still have the pants.
No way.
Yeah,
what
man.
What color are they?
They're gray with a green stripe.
No.
Yeah, I still wear them every now and then.
I was kind of hoping though you were gonna say like, have you ever seen like the black Puma suits with the copper on it?
Yes.
coloring. Oh,
That
so
would've been great.
sexy. Like velour.
No, this one's ugly as fuck. But like the weird thing is, like it fit really well. I don't know whose it was.
Dude, can you imagine
there's so
if it
many
was, like, her
questions about
man
that
or
day.
something? Because okay, I'll tell you this.
Maybe it was.
So when people's partners are out of town, they fucking love hitting Tinder and all that shit. And then so I bet in that situation, I bet that lady's man was away somewhere. She fucking was gonna hop on Tinder to have a fun night of, flirting and all this shit. You come along, shit gets real. She brings you back to her place, realizes what she's done in the morning, deletes that shit, and fucking moves on with her life and pretends it never happened.
The only question that I'd have about that, because that's actually a really good possibility.
Yeah.
It was pretty clear that this house I was in
Yeah.
was her folks' home. Like she still lived with her parents. Not saying she didn't have a guy, or maybe that was still her man's outfit. That's totally. But I am going to assume he didn't live there too. So anyway, the whole thing's weird. And who this lady with the fucking missing lip is, I don't know.
Do you know what's even funnier though?
It was like a perfect triangle though.
This
Like the Illuminati of front teeth. You know.
This is your perfect joke though. You know how you talked about doing that thing with the corner store where you keep going back buying the same thing? This dude's tracksuit went missing. He has no explanation. He'll never have an explanation for it. That'll just be one of those mystery things. Oh shit! I had a shirt go missing.
Oh fuck!
I'm fucking around. But yeah, that's one of those things. Like you never got to see the reaction.
The thing is, I don't know if I had a threesome with like a girl with like a huge tits and a cleft lip, and then this other girl who was actually kind of hot.
Have you ever had a threesome that you're aware of?
No, but I have, believe it or not, and I have witnesses for this. This is the best part because I actually have witnesses that I can get a fucking hold of. I have had a foursome with 3 women and me, which is fucking awesome, which is fucking wicked to say. I skipped past the threesome and I went straight for a foursome.
Right for the kill.
And I've had a moresome.
What does that mean?
Well, more than 4. There was 5,
way.
and I will admit there was another dude there. We did not cross swords. We were both very straight men.
Was there high-fiving though?
There was some fist bumping going on like that, and like we did like alternate around chicks quite a bit.
Nice.
And one of them,
with the motion.
2 of them were like young and in our age group, and like it all made sense. But then there's another one who was almost double our age.
Woo!
But she didn't act or look that. Like she was in her.
What age would you have been at the time?
Let me do the math on this. Like 24.
Okay, you were
24,
young man,
and this woman was probably in her late 40s. I don't know if she crossed 50
was she
yet.
ever your teacher?
No, but that would have been rad. She actually owned a gay bar.
Okay.
Yeah, she was a she, like an actual she, and I think she was a she her whole life. But like, anyway, she had.
Why is this coming up as a point? Like, why are you even
Well,
questioning
it's a gay bar, so you never fucking know, man. Like, what's going on in those? Like, there's a lot of weird shit going on. We talked about this sort of, but like anyway, she was a she her whole life. But anyway, it all started with we were just all drinking at her bar, which we all knew. We knew who she was and everything like that. We invited her back to the party. None of this was supposed to be like a big thing.
Sure.
It started with a simple spin the bottle.
Yeah.
Like, of course, having fun, way too drunk.
That's how that shit divulges, though.
Yeah,
time.
That's it. And then it just fucking evolved anyway. So yes, no, I've not knowingly had a threesome, but I had a 4 and a more.
No, fuck, man. That's great.
And it's sick to be able to say that.
I've
That's so
had
fucking cool.
A close encounter with a threesome. Like, the opportunity presented itself with 2 women. And, man, I kind of purposely sabotaged.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I was too freaked out. I was like...
See, the thing is, you got to let it happen and not be like one of those things where there was any discussion from any person ahead of time.
Yeah.
It's got to just be like one thing led to another. Like you and this chick start making out and this other girl's like, oh, I'm jealous, or I'm sitting here, I'm third wheeling or something like that. And then it's like, you've just got to fucking shoot your shot and go for it. Do you know how many fucking greasy horror shows I've had? And that's what I call these things, greasy horror shows, where like a party's just been like a party, and then me with no filter, I'll just say something and it will change the entire party from then on.
Yeah.
Like I have managed to get like tit competitions happening at parties.
No way.
Like just in like with a bunch of strangers to like the women were strangers and the men were strangers to the girls in cases.
Yeah.
And like I've managed to get like 10 or 12 fucking women topless that don't really know each other, hardly know the people there, and they're totally cool with it because like the right amount of alcohol, the right fucking vibes, and then like just me asking a stupid question like whose tits look nicer when you're laying down, because that's how you really judge a tit.
what it does. Oh.
When you're laying down, because if it's too far off to the side and like they're tickling their own armpits, it's a little fucky.
Yeah.
If they're like still got a good solid handful that's uprisen while they're laying down, all right,
Boom.
let's work with this.
We're in
And you
business.
can't have the fucking ones that just go like, where did your tits go there, Sammy? Like,
Yeah, dude, that's like one thing I've definitely noticed as, we're getting older, or I'm about to breach 30, you've already breached.
Yeah.
Do you find, like when we were in our late teens, early 20s, you'd go to parties, and it's a lot of times like, say even just before you turn 19, this is the first time everybody's really encountering alcohol, and especially in settings of like 10 to 15 people, things can almost become like really sexually charged.
Oh, big time.
When you're younger people.
Yeah.
And like that's where like skinny dipping, all these things that are like innocent, like kind of like intimate encounters that you'd have with a group of people at a young age. That shit does. I feel like that shit stops in your in your mid 20s, really, and then in your 30s, I think it has the chance to happen again. But then it almost gets it's a bit weird.
Yeah, because there's this weird thing. So like I'm being 33, 34 this summer.
Yeah.
I'm at that weird crossroads where not being in a committed relationship, I am fully aware that within the next 4 to 5 years before the big 4-0 happens.
Yeah.
Like, so I've got a couple years before that. That like swinging is a thing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like swinging starts to be like, oh, so you've actually got a wife, but she just wants to fuck this guy sometimes, and you kind of want to fuck that other chick. And you switch around partners. You meet another couple who's kind of down with it here and there.
Yep. That's
that happens.
The fucking when people go in to throw their fucking keys in the bowl.
Yes, exactly. Like that's way more common than you might give it credit for.
To me, that seems like a really dishonest way.
Nice.
Like you could never have like a really intimate personal relationship with that person after that. Like you would fuck it forever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it'd be fucked.
Most likely.
Yeah, that shit always fucking just like rubbed me the wrong way. So in our new neighborhood, we have like these neighbors.
Swingers?
Dude, I swear to fuck, I don't know what it is, but God, this is gonna be so fucked and like sound so weird. But so me and Stephanie, like Stephanie's younger than me by a couple of years, so she's like beautiful young woman in her mid-20s. But whenever we get in these situations where we start hanging around, not even hanging around with, but, having some kind of acquaintance type relationship with people in their late 30s and early 40s, and, like, the woman is kind of, like, okay looking for her age, and the dude is like, oh, it's just a fat fuck.
Yeah.
I always get this, like, uneasy vibe because, I don't think I'm anything too fucking special, but I'm reasonably okay to look at. Definitely better than
with a beard, not without.
Not without. It's bad. But I'm definitely better than their fat as fuck husbands. And I get these like weird predatory vibes from them.
Nice.
And I'm like,
I mean, whoa.
Yeah, dude, I'm kind of like, I feel good about this. You want to touch my wiener. But then I'm like, this is my no square. Please don't touch me there. And it's just like, it's so fucking strange, man. Like, I don't know why I get that vibe from people, like, especially when they have fucking kids, man. It's like some sexual appetite happens that is not being quenched in their life anymore.
Yep.
It's like he's not just cool with, like, going upstairs and having sex with this missus he's been with for 30 years or 20 years even. And I think, like, I'm sure it's hard to recapture that moment once you have children. But, yeah, it's fucking strange. I feel like I'm being preyed upon by middle-aged swingers.
I'm sorry that I can't relate.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I'd be curious too, like, Because I think our listener base is probably like really close to our age, like late 20s, early 30s. That's probably who we're
Yeah, most
attracting.
likely. Most likely.
I'd be curious if any of you out there have these like weird predatory vibes or know what I'm thinking about. Hit us up. I'd like to hear some feedback and see if I'm alone. Maybe I'm just overconfident in my appearance.
Maybe it just says rape on your forehead.
Yeah.
Or rape me.
Touch my wiener is what it says right along my forehead.
Rub my nuts.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
To change pace a little bit here too.
Yeah.
So we live in Nova Scotia.
Sure.
And yeah, at least in North America, other than like fucking way up north in those territories no one gives a shit about.
Yeah.
We probably are in the most fortunate place for coronavirus.
Yeah.
It's fucking done here. Like, it's straight done. There's exactly one case as of the day we're recording this. There's one case in this province, and they've been in hospital for a while. It's probably going to be considered resolved any fucking day now.
Yeah.
So, like, there's none, and we only have one border, and it's been closed, and it's remaining closed for a little while.
Technically, we have two borders.
Yeah, well, fuck that other border. And it's, there's only one on land, isn't there?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's
you got me
separated by
thinking
water.
there for a sec. So, like, the coronavirus can't really come here reasonably right now.
Yeah.
And we have none. So, like, life is kind of getting back to normal. Like, we still have some restrictions and blah, blah, blah. But, like, for the most part, in everyone's mind, life's fucking, let's go back to normal here.
I just walked into a store and bought beer after work. It's
Yeah,
fucking great.
exactly. So, like, now that we're in such a fortunate position, because a lot of places, especially North America, like mostly in America, United States, but we're fucking very lucky where we are, being a small population with like a single border, essentially.
Sure.
How do you think Corona changed the world, though? Like, overall, like not just us here, but like overall.
Bro.
Like, eventually this is gonna fizzle out. Like, it's gonna happen. It might take a little more time in some places, but like, how do you think it changed the world?
That's fucking so deep, dude. Like, good job reaching in. Man, personally for me, it just really taught me that nothing fucking matters anyways. Like, none of it fucking matters. Like, going to your stupid job every day doesn't matter. Like, paying bills, fucking your stupid grocery store habits, like all these fucking tasks and chores that are expected of ourselves, like they don't matter unless you're making yourself feel fulfilled and happy outside of that. And I think for me, with this podcast, because this podcast is born out of quarantine.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we talked about it sort of before.
Yeah.
But like, it was never something that like, there was no. I don't think there was like a full ambition from either of us, maybe at least.
Yeah,
to
I agree.
100%. Like, let's say, like, let's fucking do this.
Let's
It's
just do it.
fun, yeah.
Yeah, and I think what happened with coronavirus is we had free time on our hands and we ran out of excuses.
Yeah.
And then it started. And I think now that we're out of coronavirus, we're both back to our full-time jobs, which we both work well over 45, 50 hours a week.
Yep.
Easily into 60, 70 hours a week. But this is still priority. Like, we have decided that this is something that gives us a lot of fulfillment and it's something we enjoy and we have a lot of fun with. And now it's priority. So coronavirus birthed that for me, I think. Like, it realigned my priorities. I've talked to you a little bit about this, but I've always really enjoyed like creative writing.
Yep.
Gotten back to that, started doing that a lot more, and I just make time for it. Like, makes me feel good, makes me happy. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from Corona is, just chase your ambitions. And, with this podcast, if this ever blew up and became like a thing and we could have this as like a full-time job, like this was our existence, it would be the most fortunate gift in the whole entire world, and I would be so grateful. But if us having an audience base of 100 or 110 people is all it ever amounts to, it's just a fun thing.
It's
I
fun.
really
That's
enjoy
exactly
doing with
it,
my friend. Like,
the day that this becomes an actual job,
Yeah.
like where I have to fucking, there's schedules that I gotta get up and do it, and it's not like a fun thing. It's probably the day that the every Tuesday doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
It's like I want this. Like, it's a fun thing. Like, at least fortunately, I've been a creative person probably just about my whole life. So I love doing things like this. But it was like the coronavirus was fucking weird. Like, when we get locked down like that, me and you talked about it just before we hit record when we were eating dinner there.
Yeah.
That like that time at least for me, especially for me, like being like straight up alone. Like I didn't have a partner here. I didn't have family directly with me and whatnot. Like I was like flat out alone. That sounds like it'd be like depressing and scary, especially for an extrovert like me.
Yeah.
But like, it was so therapeutic. Like the point that therapy sessions for me to go and like talk my issues through with someone or whatever would have cost so much fucking money, like such a ridiculous amount of money. Like it was so weird to be like just me, myself, and I, whatever. Me, myself, and I.
Me,
Yeah.
myself, and I.
And just thinking my own thoughts through. Like I was my own conversation piece, like me to myself.
Yeah.
There was probably like a 3 or 4 day period during that where I legitimately am not sure that I said a single word out loud. I played phone tag with a few people that I talked to on the phone, and like it just they didn't answer at that moment, or I couldn't answer when they called back, or we were having fucking afternoon naps, or whatever the case is.
Sure.
And like
a little siesta.
Yeah, I think there was legitimately probably like a 3 or 4 day period at one point where I don't know that I said a single word out loud.
Yeah.
Not one fucking word. To the point where I acknowledged when I did say something that it was like, wow, I don't think I've heard my own voice in a while. And like that was super weird. Like I texted people and all that for sure, but I just in that I don't know, that just it seems like it was like a solitary confinement sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like I was in a fucking little jail cell.
No.
Like I was actually like comfortable. I could do whatever I want. I could watch fucking Netflix. I could play video games. I could fucking watch YouTube. You name it. Like there was no limit to what I could do. I just didn't speak.
Yeah.
I had no one to speak to. I had no reason to speak. And like it was just me thinking about myself.
Yeah.
And the therapy that came from that. So like it made me wonder that I'm probably not alone. I have a coworker friend of mine who was locked at home for a while with his family. He has 2 children and a wife.
Yeah.
And he was saying that the same similar thing. Although he spoke the whole time.
Yeah.
He's like just that you didn't have to think about anything. Nothing mattered, especially for those who are a little more fortunate and you didn't have to like just tread water to keep your head above.
Yeah.
You know, like financially you were stable enough that you could take this fucking thing on the chin, no problem.
Yeah.
Then it's like there was no stress. When would I eat next? What would I do? Can I nap? I yawned at 2:00 in the afternoon and fucking had an hour nap.
Yeah.
And then I yawned again at 5:30 just for whatever reason. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna lay down again.
Yeah.
I ended up sleeping for another hour. Didn't even know I was tired.
Yeah.
And like it just you could do whatever you wanted, whenever you wanted. That amount of just complete relaxation was insane. And it made me really realize that like there's gonna be 2 different classes of people that come out when this is all said and done.
Yeah.
There's going to be those who really struggled with it, whether that's financially or mentally or whatever. They struggled with the whole no communication, social distancing, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then there's going to people that are going to come out looking like new people, whether that's they got their summer bodies going, they worked on themselves, they've got completed the jobs that they've been meaning to, whether that's home renovations or whatever the cases are.
Yeah.
Or started a podcast, got into hobbies that they've always put aside and so on. You're going to have 2 groups of people that are going to come out of this. They're either going to be people that were skating that line of happy and not happy.
Yeah.
Like I'd say me, like I'm a fucking roller coaster of emotions. Like I'll fucking get angry as all hell, and then one minute later, I'm the happiest guy on the fucking planet. Like I'm very like up and down sometimes. Now I feel like I'm there. I don't think after those 2.5 months, there's not much that can bring me down. Ah, fuck. Yeah. I just don't care anymore. Like I realized how little importance like me getting pissed off at a certain situation is. I'm just like, oh, I just don't fucking care. Like go fuck off. You want this parking spot? Fucking take it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I just don't.
This shit does not matter.
Nothing matters. And it's like, it's super cool to think of how this world's going to change. And I'm sure I'm not an isolated situation.
No,
it's probably like that for most people.
Yeah.
And I think that is really cool that it's going to kind of, I don't know, bring people together. Like everyone's gonna be happy. Oh, you made it through. Great. Awesome. It's gonna like boost mentality, especially now that we're able to start getting out and seeing other humans and stuff.
And enjoy it. And I think it will really help you not take for granted those daily interactions with people.
Yes.
And I don't know. I feel like I don't know. The grocery store stuff hasn't been great. All honesty,
that's still fucking like. There's a couple of things that are still annoying, but
yeah, for the most part though, when I'm walking around the neighborhood, walking the dogs, I see the neighbors, hey, what's up? Like, good morning. How are you?
Yep.
And like, you want to have those little everyday interactions. It's definitely made me a lot more positive and appreciative at work for like interactions with clients, interactions with coworkers. But yeah, overall, man, I feel like coronavirus, the first few weeks, couple of weeks, I really struggled with it because like a huge part of my life is my job.
Yep.
Like I'm very like addicted to working is probably like to me that's where gratification comes from, and I really thrive on people telling me I did good. And at work, I perform in my job, and thankfully, I have good, like a general manager, a good sales manager who come to me and they're like, "Good job, good job, good job." And I really like that. So the first couple of weeks were hard, but then once I started finding self gratification, like whether it was the podcast or writing or just physical activity, I got really into working out, and now I've been fortunately able to keep that up. That once I found that, it would really turn into a very positive experience to the point that I believe there is no reason that as a country we cannot observe some kind of shutdown for an extended period every year. Whether that's like around Christmas time, maybe, that the country just shuts down for a couple of weeks. We all know it's coming. Every year, for those 2 weeks, nothing's fucking open. Everybody go the fuck home. Deal with yourself. Obviously, like healthcare workers, those things need to stay open.
Essential services, right?
Stock your fucking pantry. Stock your goddamn fridge. You're not going to Mickey D's. You're not going to Dairy Queen. You're not going to the fucking grocery store. This is going to be time to do activities with your family and to just like really reflect on your year and reflect on yourself.
Yep.
And then boom, go back like, say it's like January 3rd, fresh mind, fresh head. You had those 2 weeks to kind of recollect and take it all in and then go back at it.
Yep.
How accomplishable that is, I have no idea. But, if in our pay plans right now we can find a way to accommodate our vacation time, I'm sure there's a way to fucking
I think it would be a very interesting thing to look into, because honest to goodness, I believe that as a community, like not just my neighborhood, but like as the country, the community, as our way of living and our way of life, I think it's a very reasonable option. You hear nonstop, well, we don't have money for this. The government can't afford to do that, or it's this process or that.
Yeah.
Well, you just cut probably half your fucking employees for a while.
Yeah.
And somehow the world kept going.
Yeah.
The economy didn't take the hit that everyone was expecting with all these stores being closed. In fact, in a lot of aspects of the economy, it went way fucking up. In like some little like annoyances, little like municipal things, it got a little like, hold on, we can't fucking fix the roads and so on like that.
Yeah.
Now it got cars off the roads are fucking fixed. Like you had every excuse. You got it done. And the positivity that came out of it, everything worked. And what I'm getting at about the whole government not having money thing, somehow they found this magical money that they never had before for fucking fixing real issues like schools and so on, to pay every fucking Canadian $2,000 a month or more in a lot of cases where people are committing fraud and they'll never ever get caught and so on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This money somehow existed. And I don't necessarily think you need to have that money, but maybe there needs to be some sort of weird different allocation from your pays. Like when you get paid in Canada, automatically a little bit of CPP comes out of your paychecks up to a certain amount, and EI. I'm wondering if there's maybe like a third one that could be like maybe a smaller amount.
Yeah.
But it's like, something that's not necessarily hugely noticeable.
Yeah.
And it simply goes into a pool that allows for the country to like legitimately take 2 to 3 weeks off, or a month, maybe one solid month, whatever, I think 2 weeks around the holidays, Christmas time, whatever time of year they decide to have it. I think honestly the summer would probably be best. In most industries, I'm willing to bet that summer, especially when it comes to retail, summer's not generally right. Everyone's ramping up for Black Friday sales and, back to school sales and Christmas sales and Boxing Day and this and that.
Yeah.
I feel like it would probably have to be the summer.
Yeah.
Or spring, like kind of like the way Corona put us in.
Right.
But I think it would be a very cool thing, and I think it might actually be like legitimately doable. Like it might, there's obviously going to be some businesses. You got to look at like the essential workers. And when I say that, I'm not talking about healthcare and people that generally make a couple extra bucks.
Yeah.
I'm talking about retail.
Yeah.
They made, the ones that were still able to work, made more than they ever have at this point in their career.
Yeah.
They've made more. So if that could be like an annual raise for that period of time, awesome. And for those who weren't, their jobs kept going.
Yeah.
Like both of us essentially could have probably kept working if we wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We both took the layoffs. I mean, I don't know. I never asked you if yours was brought on to you or you kind of asked for it. I asked for mine for some other family related reasons.
Yeah.
And I could have easily not. Life would have went on. No one would have fucking noticed a difference.
Yeah.
No one would have noticed a difference in a lot of industries.
Definitely.
And I don't know. Maybe it's an option that they could legitimately look into. Like, you know how there's some countries around the world that you hear those stories about how they have a 4-day work week?
Yeah.
There's somewhere in Canada that's going to think about it. Nova Scotia. Some city or town in Nova Scotia is going to turn to a 4-day work week. It's all over the fucking news. I can't remember where, of course, because I never read into it and all that. But like something like that, I think it's extremely doable.
Dude, like, so I just kind of like did it out really quick. So even if we contributed like $25 a week each to that like fund, say, to fund those 2 weeks, that would be I did it over 50 weeks because those 2 weeks off.
Right.
That'd be $1,250. Like that's your $1,000 to cover you off for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think that something like that should almost be looked into.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like, I don't know what the right time of year is, but the summer might be best because there's businesses that will cash in on something like that and they'll fucking make a real living. And that's anything to do with national parks, camping, beaches, restaurants, entertainment.
So you think all that stuff should stay open then?
I think it should be, but it's one of those things that it's like every career has certain downfalls and certain upsides. Every job. I think that those type of jobs, I hate to say it, that's probably your downfall.
You know what though? I think restaurants and everything should, like, we're obviously imagining a very false scenario right now.
I'm trying to also paint my picture perfect world.
Oh yeah, exactly. But like I think in those situations, like forcing people to stay at home, like we were.
Yeah.
We couldn't go sit in a restaurant.
Yeah, that is what I was starting it with. You're right.
Cook, do your own thing, like just be around your few close people. Obviously it would have no limitations on who you could be around, and that would be the better part.
Yeah,
of it.
okay. I'm 100% buying in because the way this whole conversation started was saying how therapeutic the time off was.
Yeah, that you weren't out having
fuck the restaurants and the social side of things.
Yeah, you're not out having to make all this money so you can go to these fucking expensive restaurants, which we prioritize for some reason. When really, like, those do give good experiences for sure. Like we already talked about it.
I think that it would have to what I was saying would have to be if it was a summer thing.
Yeah.
Picture summer vacation where you have 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
That you're still making some degree of income.
Yeah.
From this extra fund.
Yeah.
But you could still go to restaurants, still go to beaches and all that stuff. Versus the winter, like we were saying around, sometime around the holidays or whatever. Like, sorry, if your Christmas shopping's not done by December 24th, you're fucked because the stores are closed for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Till the new year. If you did it then, I think what you're saying would be a lot easier and probably a lot more acceptable. But if you did it in the summer, like I had kind of implied, just based on,
Yeah, exactly. You'd still want some services.
Imagine like on the nicest days of the year and everyone being off and then you close things down. I think that would probably just receive a lot of backlash.
Definitely. But at the holidays, I don't think it would.
Yeah, I think that maybe switching back to like, what if it ended like December 24th at 4 p.m. local standard time, whatever time you're in.
Yeah.
That's when doors close and we're off until January fucking 6th or whatever it would be.
And you're just hanging out with your family.
Right.
Doing
I think that would be an insanely cool idea. And you know what? I don't know the whole ins and outs, but I'm willing to bet that's extremely doable.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I really do.
Your rules would just be all that would stay open would be, of course, like hospitals, police, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And then gas stations.
Gas stations, grocery stores, hospital, police. Like the bare essentials.
No, not even grocery stores.
No, I think that needs to because food won't last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, right. You need produce. And all
Yeah,
that
food
stuff.
won't last 2 weeks. So I think things like grocery stores, but they can still go back to the whole limit. I
Or
mean, it'll
very
suck when it's
reduced
cold.
hours,
It'll
yeah.
suck when it's cold. Yeah, maybe reduced hours. That's the way to do it. I was gonna say, I was
Like
gonna say,
open 10 to 5.
yeah, okay. So I was about to say, well, the problem is you can't just have all these people flooding in there because then the amount of staff that needs vacation time around them and everyone deserves it.
Yeah.
They won't be able to help all the customers, but you can't stand outside and be cold either. So there's that. Since there is right now no cure or vaccine for corona,
Yeah.
and maybe there's not something that can be made. Maybe it's one of those things that they can't do.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you think that the world is kind of behind an 8 ball? Like, do you think that, like, legitimately either Corona 2.0 is going to switch back and make another wave through the planet again, whether that's in the fall, like some people have said, or maybe it's in the spring again or the winter?
Yeah.
Or do you think that, like, this will mutate into, like, a very, like, strong, like, we'll call it COVID 25, like, just, or fucking some other
Just make up
scary
some
name.
bullshit name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. So my mom is a nurse. I think your mom is too.
It was.
Yeah. So like she seems to be fairly confident that we're getting another smack of this
Yeah.
in the fall. Like that seems to be her belief. But it'd be really interesting to see. Like it seems the more we come across this coronavirus, like now they're saying it's a very low chance of it being spread when you're asymptomatic, which a normal problem of it right now was we thought we were all spreading it even if we didn't show flu-like symptoms. So I think the strict rule to really manage things going forward is like keep up the same level that we're doing. So spit shields at work, lots of hand sanitizer, all that stuff. And then if you're sick, just stay the fuck home. Don't go out anywhere. Don't go to work. Like your job's not that important. Shut the fuck up. Stay the fuck home. Like, that's it. And then once you're feeling better, sure, fucking take your few days, just relax. And employers need to be accepting of it. Like, I know a lot of employers, because I have this experience, like, if you're not well, you're, like, almost chastised for needing to call a sick day. But, yeah, so that would just be it. And employers would need to almost be, like, supportive of sick days. Like, if you call in sick, be like, man, like, coughing, like all this stuff, your employer would just need to be like, hey, no sweat, man, sit today.
The only
out,
dilemma from that is, and I don't know if you've ever,
some people would abuse it,
that's the problem, and it's way more than you might think.
but
Like,
we can't with the whole abuse of it thing, like all we can do is hope people take it seriously enough and be honest about it, that they don't abuse it.
yeah,
Because like trying to make any kind of argument saying we can't do that because people would abuse it is just silly. Because then there's also people on the other side, like you and myself. I know for a fact, like both of us, we go to work when we're sick all the fucking time.
yeah. I've never one time in my life called in sick.
Yeah.
It's never happened. I'm a fucked up person. My immune system is weird. When I get sick, I don't get like the headaches, the achy body, the runny nose, the sore throat, the cough at once, like a flu or like a real
one
cold.
at a time.
I get one fucking symptom at a time, and like it just means that I'm sick for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But like I've got like such a mild, like it's not like a severely sore throat.
Yeah.
It's not a hardcore cough. I don't have that runny of a nose. Like it's one thing after another. Like one goes away and the other starts.
Yeah.
And it just it's kind of fortunate that I get to continue being a part of the team at work, and I get to keep moving my life forward and not like be laid up in bed and it's like just a fucking write-off.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. I'm kind of happy that my immune system or my body works this way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it's frustrating. It's like, especially when you get the nose clogged up part.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, I wish I could just fucking breathe for once. Like,
Oh, I hear you, man. I get fucking seasonal allergies.
yeah.
It's the fucking worst.
Do you think anything else is going to change like socially from this whole thing? Like, for example,
Handshakes, they're over.
I don't think that they are.
Oh, it's over.
You think so?
100%.
I think right now, at least because we both work in the car industry, and
Yeah.
in any professional business that it requires a lot of interactions, especially in selling of anything.
And like closing.
Yes, handshakes are always fucking. That's like a big thing. You can actually read a lot from a person from their handshake, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's completely done, But it's very weird right now because we do what I do is I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to shake your hand, so I just do that. We'll just do an air shake like this, and it's kind of like a funny thing. But you
Yeah.
can tell everyone in the interaction wants to shake each other's hands, but just
100%.
like, are we allowed to do this? And so I don't know that one's gonna go. But here's the thing: back in March when this whole thing started getting crazy here in North America,
Yeah.
I actually thought that was gonna go. I was convinced we're never gonna fucking shake hands again.
Yeah.
But now that I've been back at work for a few weeks and I've met tons of people, and I've shaken a tons of hands, especially since some extra rules were relaxed here recently in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's going to go. Here's the interesting one that I think is going to, and I think this is going to be the weird one.
Yeah.
So right now, when you're in public, or the way life has been, when you're in public anywhere, doesn't matter where the fuck you are, you're in line at Starbucks, you're at a grocery store, you're at work, you're anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay? Farting out loud
Is a no-no.
or is a no-no. Or burping out loud, it's a no-no. It's considered dirty. I think that coughing and sneezing might actually be put on that list here.
Of no-nos?
Because even though, like we were saying at the beginning of this little segment, we're in a very fortunate place where it's fucking done. No one's got it here. Like, you can't have it here. It's just not a thing where we live, okay?
Yeah.
But if I see someone cough, I don't think that they had to cough to clear their throat.
Yeah.
I don't think they just got a random
You cough because you got COVID.
Right. That's the and you look at them. You may not look at them and judge them like, what the fuck, you sick fuck, get out of here. Not necessarily saying that, but you are thinking like, you okay there, Gary? Like,
Yeah.
So
You trying to kill us all, Gary?
right, I think those things will, at least here in North America,
Yeah.
where they're totally acceptable to sneeze or cough in public, as long as you're not fucking sneezing all over food, you're kind of covering your face, your mouth or whatever, your nose. I think that that's actually going to be one of those things that becomes socially unacceptable
Okay.
after this is like completely over, like where it's
Sure.
like really it's over, it's not even on someone's mind anymore. I think it'll go away. Like, for example, so when you're in Japan or in this is a weird thing about their culture that you might not know, but it's totally true.
Okay.
If you're on the subway or the tube or whatever the fuck they call it in their translation.
That's UK, but sure.
Sure. So if you're hungry and you're on the go or whatever, and you're eating a snack wrap or a burger on the go or fucking fries, that is extremely disrespectful. You don't do that. That's not a thing. You don't fucking do that. You don't do that at all.
Yeah, bro, that's fucking... If I got on the fucking bus
Yeah.
and there's some dude like just mowing food, yeah, dude, that's gross.
No, you don't eat a sandwich. You're not eating a pita or a wrap or nothing.
I
Like, there's
guess.
just you don't eat in public. It's not a thing. You eat at restaurants or at your home.
I get it.
Okay.
I've definitely eaten snacks on the bus, actually.
Right, like even a Snickers. You don't do that.
Oh, okay,
You don't do that there. It's not. It's like completely against their custom.
Like eating a burger or something, I'd get it.
It's
You'd be
insulting
like, You're
there.
gross, bro.
But here's the weird thing over there.
Okay.
If
Urinating on each other's okay.
yeah, that's actually what I was about to say. You can look this up all you want. There's videos of it. If you're on a subway and you've got to take a piss like really fucking bad because there's not a ton of public washrooms there compared to the amount of people, if you squatted on the sidewalk and essentially took a piss, that is more acceptable than eating on a subway or a bus or out in public or wherever.
Dude, I just search pissing in public,
Okay.
and I didn't put in like any specific location first, and it was all porn. It was all porn, right?
Yeah, it would be. Because it's a
Wait,
free
where are you
snapshot.
saying this is to?
Japan. Like,
Dude, it's just coming up as porn.
yeah, but they're all Japanese, right? Or are they English? British people are into weird stuff like that.
Dude, I don't know. I'm only.
Am I just
seeing
way off?
porn. Yeah, dude.
So
I
this
think
was a
is just
story that was
porn
taught to me. I
thing.
did like a study on Japan when I was in geography class in like 12th
Dude,
grade.
that does not seem accurate.
No, I think I'm onto it though. I'm gonna research
It's
this.
just all porn.
Yes, there's gonna be porn mixed in there because there's a lot of
No,
fucked up
it's
people.
not porn mixed in there. It's all porn. Like the search peeing in public Japan. It's all porn.
No, you gotta write pissing.
I did write pissing first, and that was all porn. And then I switched it to peeing because I thought
Urinating?
pissing was vulgar.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll circle back
We'll
to
revisit.
that.
We'll revisit.
We're at an hour and 12 minutes. Do you want to call that this episode?
Yeah, definitely. I want to actually dart up to the store, so that's perfect.
You going to a store?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need cigarettes.
All right. Well, you can send your complaints about our clam talk, or what was it going to be? It was gonna be
Oh my God! So
clitoris about us. No, clitoris.
oh, that's such a good one too.
Clitoris for us. Is that the one I said?
Clitoris
But
for us?
there was the last one was really good.
Okay,
What was it?
Can
It
we
was
give Anita
uterus
one last
for
shout
us or
out?
whatever?
Let's give Anita one last shout out here.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna say her 5 again really quick.
Yep.
Taco Talk.
I think that one is like the simplest and most PG. But
Definitely.
like
I love it.
Here's the thing. I like it, but I don't love it. And there's nothing wrong with it.
No, that's fair.
It's just I find it was the easiest, most like.
Oh my
yeah,
God,
okay.
bro! She just texted me another one. Like since we've been here, so
Okay.
I'll say it last.
Yep.
Labia language.
Didn't you say that one already?
Yeah, I did. I'm just reviewing.
Oh, okay.
Clit chat.
Yep.
Uterus. You what? You what?
That one digs me. Or I dig that one.
Queef questions.
Right. That was the one I liked. Yeah.
And the fucking one. I'm not even joking. I got this text since we've been doing this podcast.
I'm antsy. Tell me.
Pussy parlay.
That's the one. Yes. Fucking MLG air horn.
Oh, that's so fucking good. All right.
We got it.
That's it.
Pussy parlay. Pussy
Pussy
parfait.
parlay. Pussy
Dude,
parlay. Not pussy parfait. That's
That's
just
like whipped
eating
cream and
pussy.
yogurt or Jello or something.
No, parfait is like
It's definitely Jello and
Yeah.
pudding and whipped
pudding
cream or something.
and berries.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
okay.
jam and shit.
So I knew this. Anyway, if you didn't
knew
like
this. You're
something
an
that we said, it's probably something I fucking said. Just
No,
say-
you were so well behaved this episode. I'm really impressed.
Yeah, well, if you cunts have a problem with this, then you can file your complaints. Your complaints? No, I was trying to make the words mix there.
Complaints.
Complaints.
Good try.
Complaints.
Yeah, complaints.
Complaints. If you have a complaint, fucking send it to dudestalkingshit@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram @dudestalkingshit.com. You can find
Where did the fucking .com come from? No,
No,
we're on
Instagram.
Instagram at Dudes Talking Shit.
what he said. I've had a couple beers.
You have.
You can find Ryan on Instagram @drunkryan, and you can send your dick pics to Travis
TFan23.
That's fucking awesome. Thank you so much, shitheads.
Later, shitheads.